All I wanted was freedom. This is why I started this project. That's why I created the Valchiria. A portable home, which you can open once you arrive, wherever you want to arrive. Now that you can work anywhere, why are you still at home? Now that you can work focus and silence, why are you still at your desk? Now that you can travel the world, why are you still waiting for the weekends to escape from everyday life? This is what I have been asking myself for the past 2 years, and this is why I created the Valchiria. It was time to remember what it's like to feel alive. It was time to remember what it's like to feel the freedom. But what is a Valchiria? I wanted a kinetic house in order to easily close it up whenever you want to change location. And I wanted space because I need to work and live comfortable. I wanted affordable because I don't want a life mortgage, and I wanted ecological because it's one of my most important values. The problem was that from an architectural point of view, each one of these points was a challenge in itself. The first challenge is the movement. Create a portable house that you can open whenever you want. The second challenge is the comfort, creating furniture that improve daily life, which leaves space when not in use. The third challenge is sustainability. It means studying the Valchiria in detail, choosing the right materials and construction methods to make it concrete, ecological and affordable. But what is a Valchiria? In a nutshell, it's a kinetic tiny house. And like the other tiny houses, you can take it on the road, but with a difference. Once you arrive at your destination, thanks to 3 electric motors placed under the roof, you can open and get a 56 square meter house. It has large windows to let nature in. It has almost all kinetic furniture that leaves space when not in use. A large kitchen, a work area, lots of storage space, and a sleeping area that conveys safety and welcome. It has a sustainable wood structure, a heated floor, fully insulated walls, large solar panels that makes you as autonomous as possible, and a garden roof that allows you to enjoy the best view. My name is Pavel Christian Ovidiu, a licensed architect from Rome, Italy. I grew up, graduate, and learn about art, design, and architecture in this beautiful country. But actually, I was born in Romania, in the middle of mountains and endless forests. This is why I started this project, because with the lockdown and everything, I worked from home for the last 2 years. And I start missing that feeling of not being stuck in a place every day, and that feeling of time, of not having the time scheduled every minute. That feeling of freedom. This is why I started this project, for the feeling of freedom. The freedom that you have when you wake up and you have nothing on your agenda, and you choose on the spot what really deserves your time, what you really want to do. Actually, I was interested in the tiny house movement, but as an architect, I know how important space and design is for a good quality of living. I wanted a kinetic house that you can close it up and go on every time you want to change location. I want space because I want to live comfortably, to work and live comfortably. I wanted affordable. But from an architectural point of view, each one of these problems was a challenge. And I will tell you how I overcome them one by one. The first challenge is freedom of movement and consists in reducing the volume and the weight of the Valchiria as much as possible to go on the road, but making sure that it opens once we arrive at the destination. And to do so, I used 3 electric motors placed under the roof. The first brings down the floor, as if it were the bridge of a castle. The second puts the facade and the roof in tension, bringing them up. The third holds the facade in tension, while the second drops the upper part. Now the roof and the facade work by compression, transmitting the weight directly to the lower supports. The supports descend by gravity together with the floor and are positioned directly under the main beam. Their task is to adapt to the ground and distribute the weight of the facade. Keep the floor straight even if the ground is slightly uphill or if there is some evenness such as rock. But the really tricky part comes with the second challenge, the comfort. The difficult part is to put everything you need in-house inside that closed volume when the Valchiria is closed. For example, the bed or the dining table cannot be ordinary furniture, because once the Valchiria is closed, everything must be fit within that volume. So I decided to create these Tetris models, design it so when the Valchiria is closed, they fit together, like pieces of Tetris, allowing us to carry everything we need with them. If the Valchiria is open, if not used, the furniture takes up very little space, leaving us free space for what we actually need. For example, the bathroom. If not used, occupies 2 square meters. But if used, the side walls open. The closet door becomes the bathroom door, and suddenly you have a bathroom of 7 square meters in a tiny house. Spacious, elegant, and a lot of storage space. The same goes for the kitchen. If closed, it becomes a transit area. But if open, you have all the space for cooking. 2 large pantries, oven, fridge, and a removable space for the garbage. The chairs are designed for the project. They are designed for not being space-consuming. In fact, each Valchiria contains 8 chairs. They were also designed to be comfortable and ergonomic when opened. The dining table is 1 meter by 2.5. Enough for 8 people in order to organize evenings with friends, or to be a comfortable workstation during the day. In silence and in front of a beautiful landscape, it is easier to work. The living room has a very generous sofa, measuring 2 meters by 1.5. And I also left a lot of space for books and small objects. Speaking of practical things, on the left of the sofa there is space for an iron, there is a full-height wardrobe for the clothes, a laundry room with a washing machine, and a huge store space of 6.5 meters for 1 meter. The main lights are LED stripes. They are as long as the whole room and produce 4000 lumens. They are directed to the ceiling in order to obtain a diffused and warm light when the automatic shutters comes down, making everything very welcoming. The automatic shutters can give you the privacy and security, but they can also wake you up with the sunrise, so you go out and enjoy the fresh morning air and the view, which you certainly won't see from down here. That's why I installed a roof garden to enjoy the best view. Now, speaking of financial and ecological sustainability, how do you build a Valchiria? And how does it cost to build a Valchiria? I put financial and ecological together because they must be designed together. Both of these elements are resolved in the materials and construction choices, from the screw to the position of the solar panels, for example. I have to simulate every single element before starting to build, to make sure that the final product comes out as desired. Even if the project is complex, if divided into parts, it can be easily understood. I start from the insulated base, on which the central core is placed. It is specially designed to withstand the lateral forces due to displacement. The floor is hooked with hinges, and it is also insulated. Behind is the technical area with an electrical panel above, a power station for hot water, and a pump that keeps everything under pressure. In the center we have the water reserve, drinkable and dark, and the batteries that keeps the center of gravity low. I choose underfloor heating because it's the most efficient and also the most efficient source of heating. The parquet is mounted above, and finally the rest of the main and the secondary structure are also made of wood. Everything is insulated with natural materials. In the center, I placed all the functions that require water, such as the sink, the washing machine, and the bathroom, and the heavy functions to move, such as the fridge or the oven. Above 30 square meters of solar panel are inserted. And finally the finishes, such as the side panels, windows, and the internal models. Above, I positioned the engines, the ground and the upper finishes that stay directly on the central core. It closes with a filler door and the Valchiria is built.